Welcome back to my channel. So today I'm talking about a topic that I touch base on here and there on my channel. I'm a strong advocate of skincare, which you guys know if you've watched me for a while. My last acne progress update and skincare around my acne update was back in 2016. I did do a winter skincare routine last year in 2018, but I wanted to touch base more on, from my 2016 video to now, what I have been doing differently or what I've changed in the routine overall, and show you quite a bit of products today to give you some ideas on maybe what you can use, switch out in your routine to help you with any acne issues you may have. Now, if you have not watched that video back in 2016, I'm going to link it in the cards above. Watch that one before you watch this one. And in that one, I believe in the description box, there'll be the first video I ever did on my acne. I believe it was a very graphic video because I had really bad cystic acne once upon a time. So, like I said, click in the cards to watch that video first and then come back here. And now I'm going to start on just what has been going on with my skin from 2016 of October when I made that video till now, which is May 2019. So that's like, what, 2.5 years I hadn't done a video, which is crazy. You guys know, when you watch my other video, I have been consistently on spironolactone, which is a prescribed medication from my dermatologist to help reduce my acne, my cystic acne. I talk a bit about, going from spironolactone to birth control back to spironolactone back in 2016. Well, from 2016 till now, I've been on spironolactone consistently, but I'm at a 50 milligram dosage instead of 100, which you guys knew from my last video. So I'm a very, very, very big skincare lover. I take more pride in my skincare than I would my makeup routine. I feel makeup is makeup. You can get it at a high-end store, a drugstore. It can do the same thing. I love drugstore foundations. I love high-end foundations. There's some drugstore foundations that for me work better than a high-end foundation. So I think makeup is more of a global market where you don't have to go to a high-end store to pick up that kind of a good product. And I have to agree that skincare is the same way. You don't always have to go to a high-end store to pick up a good skincare product that works really well. So I have been consistently on spironolactone now since my last video. It has kept majority of my skin quite clear. The only time I will get like major breakouts is on my chest or my back, mainly if I am working out hardcore sweating and it's really hot out and I don't shower right away, like I'm out running errands. That could be a potential bring on of breakouts on my body, specifically, which I use the Neutrogena I use the Neutrogena Grapefruit Body Wash, which I did a review on, and I will link that in the cards as well above. So mainly, overall, my acne has been very controlled. But however, I still like to use products in my skincare routine to topically control any light acne that could come up that is very, very tiny, but still can possibly come up for hormonal reasons around my period, whatever the case may be. So I'm going to show you some products today that I have been using for quite a while now. And then there's other products that I want to show you that have saved me over, time and time again in the last year. And I am going to start off with how I do my skincare routine at night, because I feel mainly my nighttime routine is a lot longer than my morning routine, just because my morning routine, it is a simple, splash of water on the face with a bit of a creamy cleanser type of deal. So at night, when I come home from work or I've had a full face of makeup on for the day, even if I don't have a full face of makeup on for the day, I like to use an oil-based cleanser as my first step. So I will go in with an eye makeup remover to take off any eye makeup that I have, because I just find eye makeup removers specifically for eyes are just better for my vision than an actual makeup removing balm, because it makes your eyes cloudy. So you guys, if you've seen my videos before, I like the L'Oreal eye makeup remover. The Neutrogena one is really good as well. And now I've fallen in love with the Pond's from Mexico. You can only get it in Mexico, I know, I'm sorry. But Coffee Break with Danny talks about it. It's the Pond's eye makeup remover. It's in a big bottle like this. Last time my brother-in-law went, I had him buy me 3 bottles. So I've also enjoyed that as well. And it's drugstore. So you don't need an expensive eye makeup remover. Then I go in with a makeup removing balm for the face, and that's where I get most of the gunk and the buildup, because of all of the primers and all of the concealer and foundation and, you know, powder and highlight and bronzer and all that. That will clog your pores. So right now I'm using the, what is this? Pharmacy, is this Pharmacy? I think it's Pharmacy. Yes, Pharmacy Green Clean Makeup Melt Away Cleansing Balm with Echinacea and Green Envy. This is just a little deluxe size. I've been trying a couple different ones, and this one so far I actually have really enjoyed. This smells very clean, which I do like. It is a balm, so it is like very solid in the bottle. But once you touch it with your skin, it does melt and it does emulsify, and once you put it on your face, it just breaks everything down. I love how it breaks it down. Another good one is Bobbi Brown cleansing oil I have used as well. I have that one at my boyfriend's house. And also the Clinique Take the Day Off balm. That might be a little bit cheaper than the Pharmacy. I'm not 100% sure, don't quote me on it, but double check if you're interested in a makeup removing balm. Compare this price with the Clinique one. I'm pretty sure the Clinique one is cheaper, I think. But anyways, they're both great balms. I've tried also the charcoal makeup removing balm from Boscia. That's another good one that I really did like as well. I haven't really tried any balms from the drugstore that are makeup removing, but I feel like I wouldn't mind indulging in one of these in a high-end form, only because it does take off the makeup really, really well. And I know I've always said to you guys, you know, don't waste your money on things you're washing down the sink. Use them on your serums, your creams, your eye creams, that kind of stuff. But in this case, because you're trying to melt away all of your makeup that you have on, I feel like it's worth it, because you don't want any residue or any dirt and oil left behind. This is a great first step. So I go in with this, and I take a makeup wipe or a damp, warm washcloth, and I wipe that all off. And you know, my skin looks decent after that, but I don't stop there. I go in with a cleanser. Now I usually use either my Clarisonic, my little scrubby pad, or my Ferrero. And this is the cleanser that I'm using right now. It's a drugstore brand, you guys, because I don't like wasting a lot of money on cleansers that go down the sink. It's for acne-prone skin. It does have salicylic acid in it. I don't know if you can get this one in particular anymore, but there are salicylic acid ingredients in other facial washes at the drugstore that you can get that are great. Neutrogena is a good one. I don't know if L'Oreal still has one. I have to double check, but Neutrogena has been my top favorite so far when it comes to that particular category. So anything with a little bit of salicylic acid in my face wash I do enjoy, because it keeps my acne at bay. So I first go in with the face wash and my either Ferrero, Clarisonic, or my scrubby pad, and I rinse that with warm water. Then I go in, now depending on if it's day or night, I'll go in with a certain toner. Normally, if it's nighttime, I potentially would use my Pixie Glow Tonic toner. This has glycolic acid. Again, it is a chemical exfoliant, so it keeps your skin glowing and the texture at bay, which then, you know, helps with minimizing breakouts. This is actually the big bottle. I had a little bottle of this and I did use it up, but I bought the big bottle as my repurchase because I felt like it was just worth it. 5% glycolic acid. Only use it at night. And make sure that in the morning when you do your skincare routine, after you've washed your face and all that, you put on a SPF, because glycolic acid with the sun exposure can really make your skin freak out. So I'll either use this at night, or if I have a glycolic acid serum that I'm currently using, I will go in first with a different toner that doesn't have any acids in it. And this one is what I'm currently using right now, and this is the Lush Breath of Fresh Air Toning Water. Love it. I do enjoy the Lush toning waters. The only problem I have with this is that it is very expensive. I don't recommend you, like, you don't have to go and buy an expensive toner. I had this in my stash, so I am using it up. But after this bottle, I wouldn't, I wouldn't say to you, go spend $30 on a toner, because that's what this costs. It's pretty pricey. The Thayer's Witch Hazel is an amazing toner. It's $10, and you get like a big bottle of it, and it lasts forever. I stick it in a spray bottle, and it lasts forever. There's other toners in the drugstore, and even if you want to go the route of an essence that's higher end, because it soaks up into the skin, that's even great too. I like the Tatcha one, which is really expensive. It's like $112 a bottle. And I do want to buy that when the sale comes on at Sephora. But in the meantime, the Thayer's Witch Hazel is affordable, does the job. It's just something to bring moisture back into your skin, the toner, and prep it for any serums that may come your way that you're going to apply next. So toning is then done. And then once depending on what toner I'm using, I'm going to use a serum. And, either it's a hydrating serum or a glycolic acid serum. On the nights I'm not using this toner, I'm using a glycolic acid serum. The one I'm currently using right now is the Ole Henriksen Invigorating Night Transformation Gel. This has an AHA complex, so it's got a multitude of chemical exfoliants in it, aka acids. It keeps your skin smooth and texture at bay, which results in less breakouts. I do love this. It's really great. Another one that I like to use is the Drunk Elephant Glycolic Night Serum. Is that what it's called? Framboise Glycolic Night Serum, I think. It's in that pink top. That's a good one as well. Again, more pricey. This is a little bit more affordable. I think this one's $75. The Drunk Elephant one is $110. And you get the same amount of product for less. So, I mean, if you're on a budget, then go with the cheaper one, but it does do the job just the same. I do enjoy this, and I found this at TJ Maxx. So, go and check out your local Winners, TJ Maxx, Marshalls, in the beauty section, because you never know what you can find, and you might be able to find something there for a fraction of the cost, and not have to go to the expensive department store if you really can avoid it. And I'll be totally honest with you guys. I never sugarcoat shit with you. I'm pretty blunt. Unfortunately, some people don't like that, but I will tell you. Check those stores first before you go and dish out your money at a Sephora or a department store. So this is the serum that I'm currently using. Normally, I will use a hydrating serum in the winter and keep my glycolic acids in a toner for the winter time, just because it's a little bit lighter. This one, because it's in a serum, it penetrates deeper into the skin, which I do like more for the summertime because my skin can get more oily and clogged. So I like a serum with AHAs better in the summer. So I do love that. Ole Henriksen is a great brand. I've tried a few things from them, and I do enjoy their night invigorating transformation gel. So once that serum has completely soaked in and dried, I will go in with a hydrating moisturizer. I rotate through moisturizers all the time. The one I'm actually using is a sleep mask. This one is the Boscia Tsubaki Deep Hydration Sleep Mask. So when you're using acids, you really have to balance it out with a super hydrating cream. This one is a sleep mask, so it's super thick. Let me just show you guys here. So it's a super thick cream, which they call it a mask because it's a sleeping mask. You use it when you sleep. But it's just super hydrating, and I feel like my skin loves this after I've applied a glycolic product on my skin. So smells amazing. Smells very Japanese. I don't know, when I smell this, I think of Japanese cherry blossom trees. I don't know why. That's so weird, I know, but I don't know why. And this is amazing for, balancing out the hydration. It is a sleeping mask, so I use a quarter size amount, apply it all over the face, let it sink in, and then go to bed. I don't really go any more past that when I'm using this, because this is such a thick cream. You don't need an oil on top or anything like that. This step changes throughout the seasons. I will use this mainly in winter, and then I will transition into a lighter moisturizer depending on the time of year and how hot it is. Personally, I like to get that extra hydration overnight, so I'm not really changing this out right now, even though we're in May. I'd like to use this up before I move into another moisturizer. But there's other moisturizers that you can use. The Neutrogena Hydro Boost gel is good. They have one in cream form that's a little bit more thicker you could use. a little more cheaper than this one. There's also, what's the other one? I can't remember. There's a few at Sephora that I have used over the years, and I love the Origins vitamin. Is it the vitamin C gel? I can't remember. It's like a moisturizer in a pot. It's orange in an orange tub. Um, there's so many different ones. You just have to find one that fits you best for nighttime. I always like my creams at night a little heavier, regardless of the season, because I like to soak up that extra hydration if I can. So, on nights where I am using a lighter moisturizer than this one, sometimes I will put it on top of that. I would go in with an oil. The one I'm using right now is the Farsali Volcanic Elixir. This is a Polynesian facial oil, 100% pure and potent. This stuff will cure acne scars and acne breakouts like nothing I've ever seen before. And I kid you not. I was at my boyfriend's house one day. I have 2 bottles of this, by the way. I keep one here and I keep one at my boyfriend's. I was at my boyfriend's house one day for the weekend, and I didn't have all of my skincare, my glycolic acid and just some steps that I had left at home that wasn't going to do for 2 nights at my boyfriend's. My skin freaked out, literally freaked out. I don't know if it was because I was going on to my period and maybe it was that time of month my hormones were changing. I have no idea, but I literally panicked. I wouldn't say they were cystic acne. It was more topical, like whiteheads. And even those, it just bothers me, even though I know it's hormonal. So I ended up researching the Polynesian facial oil, and I was, I've heard that it does clear up acne and spots and all that kind of great stuff. So I used it the next morning after I applied this at night. My breakouts cleared up, and I didn't even need to use this because I didn't have it with me. I skipped the face cream altogether, and after I toned, I put this on instead, and it just brought my skin back to what it was. I could not believe it. It does stink. I'm not gonna lie. It's like this weird consistency, and it stinks. It reeks. It's made out of volcanic ash, right? So the Polynesian facial oil, if you look into the history of it, they use I'm pretty sure it's the Polynesian plant or ashes from the volcano on the island to create this that helps with healing of the skin. I can't remember, but look it up, do your research, Polynesian facial oil, and see for yourself. It smells like ashes, I know, but I don't care because this stuff is like gold. And once I'm finished these bottles and I've finished a couple more oils in my inventory right now, I'm going back to this because this was absolutely my favorite. And it works so well. It hydrates, it clears the skin. I was so impressed. So, yes, this is going to be a repurchase in the future because this is fantastic. It runs for about, I think, $65 if I'm not mistaken for an ounce, which is fine. It does last for a long time. You don't need a lot when you use it, and I'm really impressed with this. So, this has been a part of my skincare routine for the last, I would say, 6 months, maybe longer. And I really do enjoy it. So, having a facial oil in your routine, you don't have to use it every day, but, I've found that I've only used this as my hydration at night sometimes because I don't need the cream. You can always switch it out however you feel. And then my eye cream at night is the CeraVe Eye Repair Cream. I had a really nasty allergic reaction to something on my eyelids 2 months ago before I was even using this. And I was so, if I show you pictures of me, my eyes were swollen, like literally swollen. They were bad. So I got really desperate and I didn't want to go to the doctor's right away. I really wanted to try and treat this on my own first because, making an appointment at my doctor's and then going through waiting for her and all that, it's like a full day event. Like it's just a disaster. So I ended up doing some research. And I found that the hydrocortisone is what it helps. It's like a topical steroid cream. So I use the Life brand from Shoppers Drug Mart. Any hydrocortisone cream that you have would definitely work on any skin type of reaction. I tried Benadryl, it didn't work. I tried an antibiotical cream, it didn't work. So this was my next stop. It was the hydrocortisone, which worked fantastically. It does dry out your skin, and in result of this drying out your skin and making it flake and all that, I needed something that was very healing on the skin for an eye cream that I knew potentially would not, make my allergic reaction worse. So I looked up the CeraVe Eye Repair Cream. This has amazing ingredients in it, niacinamide, a whole bunch of other things. And this worked wonders to heal my eyelids again. So I would put them underneath my eye all the way to the inner corner, and it healed the dry flakes that this had caused and brought my skin back to life. So again, drugstore. It was literally $14 or $15. It was on sale at the time I picked it up, and I do want to go grab another couple because I cannot live with this eye cream. I don't even know if I want to try another eye cream because this has been my ride or die for the last 2 months, and I'm really impressed with it. So I don't feel like I don't need to spend a lot of money on an eye cream when I have one perfectly fine from the drugstore. CeraVe is a great skincare brand, so the eye repair cream is definitely a great one to use if you struggle from a lot of flaky dryness. Maybe there's an imbalance with your skin. This will help. So it has been a great favorite, and I use it at nighttime. So like I was saying, the hydrocortisone, I use the Life brand for when I had a allergic reaction on the skin. I don't use it anymore because I don't need to, but I like to keep it on hand now, if something were to come up where I do get another reaction. I also got another reaction down here around the same time as my eyes. So I ended up putting this on it as well, and it cleared it right up. So if you guys are noticing that, maybe try that. If you feel more comfortable, go talk to your doctor. For me, my doctor, it's hard to get an appointment with her last minute. So, I did my own research, and I was willing to take the risk in trying it myself. So it did work for me. So I was glad that was available off the counter. Okay, so now that we've talked mainly about our nighttime routine, I want to talk about a couple of masks before I talk about the morning products. So, I go through masks quite quickly. I will use any sheet mask, and I usually, if you guys watch me, you know that you've seen my empties. Usually my sheet masks are in my empties. I give you guys my thoughts. So I haven't really had major issues with sheet masks. I do enjoy them. They give great hydration. If you're someone who's super dry, then I would suggest going to try a sheet mask. They have great ones at the drugstore, and you can get them at TJ Maxx as well. You get 5 for like $6 or something like that. But on top of that, I do have certain masks that are a bit more high-end that really do help me. So I have a drugstore, and I have a high-end one that I'd like to show you guys. The high-end one I want to show you is something that I've had from the beginning of my channel of 2013. I've always repurchased time and time again because it's been the only thing that saves my skin from any last-minute hormonal acne breakouts as well. This is the Glam Glow Super Mud Clearing Treatment. This is by far my ride or die holy grail clearing face mask. I cannot tell you how many times this has saved me, especially when I start to get breakouts in and around this area, like yesterday. Right away, I got home, washed my face, I applied this, and it sucked out all of the oil and dirt from the pimples that I had. It was fantastic. I just can't say enough of good things. It is quite expensive. 1.7 ounces is about $80. But I have to say that I only use this as a spot treatment in certain areas of the face. I don't use it necessarily all over the face unless I'm doing a quick, reset of my skin to, get any clogged pores or, just clean everything up. I don't normally do that very often. I normally just do it as a spot treatment, which then lasts long. But you got to be careful. You spend $80 on this, guys. Don't wait too long to use it up because it will dry up. And I'd rather you use it up and use that $80, know that you've used that $80 up than for it to dry out and you've wasted that $80 down the drain. So just keep that in mind. Make sure that if you're purchasing this, that you're using it and you're not just keeping it on the side because it's $80. You don't want to waste it all. I'd rather you use it up than you one day go back to it after months and then you realize that it's all dried up because you haven't even touched it. So you got to be careful with that. But when you are, I use this consistently, and I find that it's well worth the $80 because when I get down to the end of the tub, I don't feel bad that I used it up. I feel great knowing that was $80 to me worth spent because I don't typically buy super expensive masks that I know are going to wash off my face, but I know that this works, and that's why I think it's worth it for me. I can't find anything else yet that has been equivalent to the outcome of this particular of this particular product. So that is a good one. You can get it at Sephora. So Glam Glow is definitely the white jar. The white jar. So that's just a mud mask. Now, I like to use peel-off masks now and then. The one that I'm currently using is a great one. It's actually a drugstore. This I get at Walmart. This is the Papaya and Citrus Peel Mask for skin brightening. So it's like a coral packaging. It smells delicious. Oh, it smells so tropical. It is a peel-off mask, so you put a thin layer all over your face. Avoid any hair, like eyebrows, hairline, all that kind of stuff. Let it dry for 30 minutes and then peel off, and your skin is glowing. I like that, especially if I'm going to do a makeup look or I'm going out. I want to use this either the night before have an event or the same day, first thing in the morning, depending on how my timing is. It's great. Under $10. It's, worth it. There are high-end versions, like the Boscia peel-off mask, the black peel-off mask from Boscia. That's another one, but I'm not, I feel like I like my drugstore version, so I'd rather go with the drugstore version because it does the same thing for less cost, So, this is a great one. It smells tropical too, so the experience I find is great, and, peeling it off your skin does not hurt. It's very gentle, and, all in all, it's an overall great mask. So that is definitely a good one. Okay, so my morning routine is something that is very simple. I don't do anything major other than wake up, wash my face with water, and a cream cleanser. The cream cleanser that I love using is the Andalou Naturals Apricot Probiotic Cleansing Milk. This stuff is amazing, smells divine. It is around, I want to say the $15 to $18 mark, but I like to find them on sale for $10 because that's when I buy them, when they're on sale for $10. So, I mean, they're worth it at that point. My favorite cleansing milk, it just makes my skin super hydrated and plump in the morning and just refreshes my skin before I go in with my makeup routine and all that kind of jazz. So I do love this. You can find them on sale, TJ Maxx, Winners, all those stores you can definitely check. And I do love this product. This is a gluten-free, non-GMO, vegetarian, and cruelty-free product as well, and you can use this both night and day, but I prefer this in the morning because I don't feel like it cleanses off the makeup as well at nighttime. I need something a little more stronger, so I feel like this is more of a mild cleanser that I can use in the morning. So that's what I use. One of my top faves. And after I cleanse, I will go in with a non-evasive toner like the Lush one I showed you guys earlier. And once that has dried down and I've patted into my skin, I'll go in with my daytime moisturizer. Right now I'm using the Urban Decay Rehab Makeup Prep. I don't even know if they carry this anymore, to be totally honest. It is basically a gel moisturizer that is made for the skin for under makeup. So far I have been liking it. It's just a typical gel moisturizer that I like to use that is not as heavy for being able to use under makeup. Any type of gel moisturizer is good. The Neutrogena Hydro Boost Gel Moisturizer is also a great dupe for this if you don't want to spend a lot of money. Okay, so a couple of things that I like to use for spot treating acne when I'm not using my mask. There's two different products. So you can go in with regular tea tree oil. That usually helps me for like really urgent last minute things that I bumps that I may get that I can't, particularly treat with a mask, or if I'm currently wearing makeup and I need to put something on there to treat, I will use tea tree oil, or I will go in with the Clean and Clear Persagel 5% benzoyl peroxide. These two have been a savior as well for last minute breakouts, whether they're on top of makeup or when I'm not wearing makeup at all. But mainly I use these if I'm planning to wear makeup that day. I'll either put this on a breakout before I apply the makeup, or if throughout the day I noticed a breakout coming up, I'll just quickly apply this on top of the makeup just so that it doesn't get any worse than what it was. These have been awesome. You can get them at any drugstore. They're drugstore prices, so they're affordable. My last discussion I want to talk to you guys is just lip care, because lips are part of your face, they're part of your skin. My lips get really dry because I do wear quite a bit of liquid lipsticks, and liquid lipsticks can be drying. Scrubbing your lips with a salt or sugar scrub that you can make at home is really great too. I don't really buy sugar scrubs for the lips anymore like I used to because I find they're a waste. I can just use what I have at home. But with that said, I like using a lip primer because they do keep my lips hydrated under, liquid lipsticks like this. So, you know, any lip primer, I like the Clinique one. The best comes in a green tube, and it's a pump. So that one is great as well. I don't have it on me right now. It's way over there, so I can't really get it. But other than that, treatments that I use for my lips are, there's a couple. At nighttime, I will either use my Blistex Lip Medics, which is my favorite, and even my boyfriend's favorite because he stole a couple of these from me. So I always have to buy these over and over again because he constantly takes these from me. This is great. It's medicated, but it's just so soothing on the lips. Love this, especially in the wintertime. This is fantastic. And then if I don't want anything menthol, I just want something more subtle in scent, but really hydrating, I'll use my Laneige lip mask in the berry scent. And you get a lot of product for what you pay for. This is about 20 bucks, I think, and look at how much product you get. You only need a tiny bit. This thing is going to last me for like 2 years at most. So love this as well. Those are for more nighttime. For daytime, I usually like to use, if I'm not wearing lipstick or lip gloss, I like to use a balm with SPF. My favorite one is the Jack Black Intense Lip Balm. This one is in grapefruit and it has SPF 25. You need to protect your lips when you're in the sun, people. We're getting into summertime now. The sun will be out a lot more. This one just makes your lips look like you have gloss on it, but it also protects them from the sun at the same time. So it's kind of like a 2-in-1. You're wearing a gloss with SPF. I don't know, it's crazy, but I do love it. They're like $8 at Sephora. They're a little bit more expensive than your average lip balm. It all depends on your preference, on what you really want. Personally, for me, I like this because it doesn't smell like SPF. I've had drugstore SPF balms before, and I just don't like the smell of SPF on my lips, you know? So I do prefer this. And then for face SPF, I forgot it, it's over there. I'm just going to mention it. For face SPF, what I like to use in the morning is the Neutrogena Clear Face 60 SPF, and or I will use my It Cosmetics CC cream. That is the matte version because it's got a 50 SPF in it. But I do like both. Now, I'll usually use the Clear Face Neutrogena SPF on days that I'm not wearing makeup, or I will use it underneath makeup because it does help keep my skin clear. It's got to say Neutrogena Clear Face on it. I'm thinking of doing an SPF video on products that I use in the summertime that have SPF in it that I prefer. Let me know by liking this video if you want to see that, and I will definitely do it for you guys. But I think I've talked quite a bit, and I'm sure you guys have, tired of hearing me. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. You got some information out of it, and I've given you guys my skincare update. Let me know down below if you have any questions. Don't forget to like the video if you want to see an SPF video on what products I use in the summer that have SPF in it. And I will see you guys all in my next video. Bye, everyone. Mwah.